Okay, I'd much rather be here than talking to you guys, but it is what it is. I got to make a living. Okay, so my name's Ken Finnan, and my job is to get you past all the exams. And the number one question I get before I do my live, so I'm hoping to save some time and make it less chaotic, is what do I do? I'm taking the test tomorrow or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So let's, first of all, if you're taking it tomorrow, too late, you're fucked. Okay? No, I'm kidding around. Get some sleep. If you're taking it tomorrow, you should not be on my live. You should be getting sleep and you should be going over customer accounts. Literally any exam you take, literally any exam, you should probably read customer accounts. I have crash course videos you can watch, playlists you can watch. Go watch those and get some sleep. If you have a significant other, make sure they do the right thing or ask them to do the right thing. And you don't want to make them do anything, but you ask them. Just massage, that's all I'm talking about. Just keep you relaxed, no fighting, stuff like that. Now, if you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so if you're taking it tomorrow, what are you doing out here? Get off here, click and get out of here. If you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so let's say you're taking it in 2 days. Tomorrow is no testing. It's adding knowledge, reading customer accounts, going over videos, hopefully my crash course videos or others. Bottom line is you don't want to stress yourself out. You don't want to take a test. I'm not a fan of testing. Some people like it. I disagree with it because if you go bad, there's no upside. If it goes bad for you, you're screwed. So I say, don't take a test tomorrow. Take it easy. Around dinner time, you're done. I don't care if you're taking the test at 5 o'clock at night. At dinner time, you're done. Okay? Don't do anything. Again, the night before is always kind of go out to dinner. Don't go, pounding, going fireballs, but just literally go out to dinner, maybe talk to people who aren't involved in it, who don't care about the test, don't want to hear it. You want to do stuff that just relax you. If you have SDC or Notman, they have these little sheets that you can go through. Make sure you go over it like hot sheets or key topic stuff or crunch time facts. Again, I have crash course playlists, a whole playlist on almost every test you can take. Now, let's say you're taking it more than 2 days out. So what you want to do is within the up to, but not including the last, I don't even know if that's right. The last 8 to 10 days is testing, okay? Before that, you're reading and quizzing and testing, all that. A lot of focus on reading, mostly focus on reading, watching videos, adding knowledge. But in the last 8 days, not including the day before, so whatever that is, so 10 days before, you're going to take tests every day. One test, not two. If it's a 63 of the SIE, maybe you can take two. But again, I don't think it works so well. Oh, I feel the heat on my back. I really just want to turn around and take a dive. The problem is when I go in there, there's a manatee warning. The boats have to go around me. I have to wear a flag saying manatee, don't hit me, stuff like that. Now, up to but not including the day before the test, you are to take one final a day. Now, remember something. When you do a final, review the whole thing, not just the wrong answers. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do a triage. There's really 3 or 4 choices. You look them over. If you got it right for the right reason, you're good. Move on. Make sure you read the answer why, okay? 2, if you got it right for the wrong reason, mark that down. You have to review it because if you got it right because you guessed, that's just as bad as a wrong. Almost more dangerous, right? Because you think you got it. 2, if you got it wrong because you misread it, which happens with the Kaplan, Past Perfect, STC, even Achievable, all of them, you can misread it. If you get it wrong because you misread it, but you knew the concept, don't worry about it. The last one is you got it wrong because you didn't know your shit. That you have to review. So really, you're going to have 4 choices, mark them all. And then if you got it right for the right reason or wrong because you misread it, but you understand the concept, don't worry about it. The ones you have to review are the ones you got right for the right reason. And then the ones you got for the wrong reason, the ones you got for the wrong reason. See, when I talk too fast, my brain is here, my mouth is here, and they're not in conjunction. And then ones you got right for the wrong reason, like guessing, and then you got to be honest with yourself. Don't be like, oh, I think I know it. Or the ones you got wrong for the right reason. I guess the right reason to be wrong, you don't know it. If you're starting to memorize questions, buy another QBank. STCS 4 supplemental exams. If you want, buy Kaplan. But again, you don't want to add a new QBank in the last few days. You want to do it out so you can literally get used to the question because you don't want to switch it up the day before. Again, you need to go in there like a badass. You need to go into the test like I'm going to fucking own this shit and you're going to run it, okay? You got to go in there confident. You got to understand that if you go in there confident, if you go into this test as a confident badass, not cocky, confident, I know my shit, then when you see a hard question, you're going to go, oh, I can do this, okay? And you can work through it or even mark for review, shit like that. If you go in there where you're not sure and you're like, oh, I'm afraid, then every hard question is going to look to you like, see, I knew I should have waited. And that's a bad thing because you won't try it. I've seen that so many times where if you give someone positive confirmation of good work, they're willing to work a little bit harder on the question. If you're like, oh, I'm not ready, they go, oh, I knew I wasn't ready. They give up. We don't want give up. We want you to attack it like you know your shit. Okay. And that's literally it. You maybe want to watch some of my exam walkthrough videos, join my live, but not the night before. I don't want to see you the night before. I want to see you after you pass so we can play a song for you and blow it out your ass. Okay. Good. Okay. Everyone, go beat this thing. You got this. I believe in you. I 100% believe in you. And you need to say every morning, get up in the morning, brush your teeth with your offhand, even if you want to brush your teeth with your foot, and keep saying, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to pass this. Say it like 10 times with confidence. Not I need to pass it. Not I gotta pass it. I'm going to pass it. That's your goal. Go beat this thing. We got it, baby. Boom. Let's see if it disappears. See you later. Boom. Gone.
Keep going.
I gotta make it go. I gotta make it go. There we go. Okay. Good. Okay. Now we're out of there. Ooh, that's worse. Better. I'm better from far away. Okay. Okay. Now, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? Okay. It's FINRA night. We're talking about the series, the SIE exam, the series 6, the series 7, and all the 57, 99, whatever you want to talk about. Okay. Not the NASA. NASA is Thursday. That's why I'm splitting this group up. Okay. Welcome on. If you have questions, throw them in the chat right now. I'll try to get to them as quick as possible. And we go from there. Real quick, I don't want to bore you with the other shit. If you need tutoring, I'm here to help you. That's series7exam.org. If you need help just setting up a study plan, check out Jeff. He has a custom study plan. And if you don't like my style and you want cheaper tutors, I have 2 that are on my website, 3 if you include the 79. And if you really don't want that and you want somebody else, Michael Weiss over at series7examtutor.com. He's great and he's about half the cost. He charges a little more on the weekends, but whatever. He likes it. For some reason, he likes to hang out with his family, I guess. Okay. Now, let's get into it. What?
Memberships. They want to join memberships.
Fuck them. Fuck the memberships. Nobody's joining the memberships. If you want to join memberships, fucking pay up and join. I don't care. We'll do
the links in.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Lurker, how are you? Okay, that's funny. Now, let's get, okay. Okay. Catherine D'Souza. That is outstanding. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you. I really have to get away from the videos. I have to do that. But we're going to do this. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Boom, baby. That's outstanding. I ask everyone, any surprises? Okay. Oh, Sarah, that's a great question. Okay, hold on. Tommy A. Hold on. Let me get 52 Vic, baby. The 6. Okay. Let me get Tommy A. I will get you in a second. I promise. Okay. Boom. I love that. That is outstanding. Getting that 6 behind you. I love it. Love it. One more to punish you guys with. Hold on. Any surprises, baby? His Grace, I appreciate it. That's outstanding. I love it. I love that. Since you threw a little cash my way, you get. Boom, baby. Now I'm going to do some questions before I look at more celebrations. Okay, here we go, baby. Tommy A. So variable annuities, that's a big thing, right? So on the 7, that's SIE a little bit. On the 7, they will ask you things like, what is non-qualified, right? So is it non-qualified or is it qualified? If it's non-qualified, the money goes in after tax. It grows tax deferred. And then when you take it out, you pay tax on the growth only. That's non-qualified. If it's qualified, you pay no tax. It's pre-tax going in. When you take it, you pay tax on everything. Okay. Non-qualified. Once you turn 59 and a half, you can take the money out. You pay tax on the growth on a LIFO basis, or you can annuitize. Now, be fair, you can annuitize at any age. Even if you're like 20, 21, 18, you can annuitize, which means get paid for life. I'm not going to go crazy into it, but that's the big thing. Now, when you take the money out, this is where they get you. It comes out LIFO, which means if you put 20 in and it goes to 100, when they take it out, they start at 100 and work their way backwards. So they start at 100, they work their way back. Okay, now, I think that works. Now, What else I got to add? There's no RMD on a non-qualified annuity. There's no RMD. A fixed annuity, money grows at a fixed rate. When you annuitize, you're getting paid the same monthly fee no matter what. If it's a variable annuity, then it grows at a rate. There's money's in the sub account or the separate account, right? It grows based on your investments, goes up or down. You can actually go down. Once you annuitize, your payment, they set your first payment, and then your payment goes up or down based on how the sub account does versus AIR, which is assumed interest rate. It's just a fixed rate, and basically a rate that they think they can get without trying. If you do better than that, your payment goes up. If you do worse than that, your payment goes down the next month. Again, I have a couple of videos on it that'll help you. Okay. Okay, here we go. Testing tomorrow. Just want to stop by and thank you. Okay, let's go, baby. Okay, boom. You're gonna blow it. We're gonna blow it out your ass. You heard that, right? I love that. That's awesome. We're gonna nail this thing. Okay, you're absolutely gonna nail this thing. Be confident. Make sure you read customer accounts tonight before you go to bed, or tomorrow morning when you get up. And boom, come on here next week, and we're gonna celebrate your ass. Okay. Okay, here we go. No, my crash course is obviously shorter. It's just 10 videos, right? The SIE playlist covers everything. The crash course is just high target shit. The crash course is really just high target stuff that's going to help you. That's all it is. Okay. Like they have a quick and dirty. I have a couple, some of the high target chapters, like what the register rep can and can't do. I have the SRO stuff, the associated person. That's all stuff. Okay. Yeah, a lot harder. A lot harder. Okay. It is, think of the SIE as definitions and the 7 is scenario based. That's where you got to think of it that way. Okay. Now it's going to start getting fucking colder. It's fucking weather. I hate it. Okay. If I can move to Florida, I would in a second. Yeah. Welcome back, Michael. How are you? Missed the grind. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to get you in a second. Camila, what are your scores? If it's like 70, 71, maybe not. But if you're in the 60s, yeah, you got to move that shit. Okay. By the way, getting mid 70s and capping is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. That's amazing. Okay. Now, here's the deal on this. On the dump sheet, it's very personal, right? Your own dump sheet is your own personal artistic endeavor. So first, on your dump sheet for the 7, you should have the options box, matrix, whatever it is. You should have what I talk about with the hedging thing. Long stock, you sell a call for income, buy put for protection. On that note, I don't know if you guys noticed, anyone taking the 7, I literally just dropped a video about an hour ago, maybe less than an hour ago, literally like 70 questions just on option suitability. But here's the thing. It's free now. It's going behind a paywall in about a week. So watch it now. The pressure, right? Okay. It's really helpful. I go over everything about hedging and that and spreads. I show you how to find out a spread, whether it's bullish or bearish or debit or credit without premiums. I do all that stuff. It's about 45 minutes long. It won't kill you, but watch the thing. It'll help. I promise you. Okay. Even for the SIE, it'll help you. Now, actually, it'll even help you for the 65. Back to this. Dump sheet. Options matrix. Maybe what I said, you write long stock, you sell a call, buy a put. Okay. I would put the bond teeter-totter. I use a triangle because I think it's cleaner. Seesaw, whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care. After that, maybe you want to put the margin, Mr. Desby. I don't care. Stuff like that. I am not a fan of overdoing the dump sheet, but here's my advice to you. So when you take the test, you're going to walk in there and be like, where's my paper? And you're going to get these 2 laminated pieces of paper that have their graph lines on. They're shit. They're unerasable. Is that a word? Unerasable? Not erasable? Whatever. Inerasable. Okay. Kind of like flammable and inflammable is the same thing. I don't know. So unerasable, which means don't wear a white long sleeve shirt because it'll be on there. People try to erase it and it doesn't work. And you'll get in trouble for doing it. So I would say you have 2 double-sided pieces of paper. You have 4 sides. Pick one of those pieces of paper to put all your dump sheet on. Do not bleed over into a second one. You can use both sides, but don't bleed into the second one, because if you need more, they make you hand in what you have. They make you hand it in to get a new one. You can never more than 2 at a time. It's such crap. Even during COVID, they went back to the little blue books, which is amazing. But they must have figured out they save like so much money by doing those stupid sheets. And they save them, and they record them, they save them, and then they wash them. Okay, so the dump sheet should have the options matrix, my buy, call, sell, put thing. Maybe put Mr. Desby, maybe put slobs over bliss. If you struggle with like accretion and amortization, maybe put how you do it. I have a video in my 7 crash course where I show you how to build a dump sheet. Now I do it for the SIE and the 7. They're going to be very similar. But I show you how to build it. I can't call it dump sheet because then YouTube gets fucking mad. But if you do that, it'll show, and I have it color coded for the SIE versus the 7. So I build it up for the SIE, and then I show you what the 7 would do versus the SIE, and it helps. But again, it's very personal to what you want to do. The other thing you can do, Google Series 7 dump sheet, hit images, and you'll see lots of ideas. Don't use all of them. I mean, I have a girl who, before it was paper, she had like a 5-page dump sheet. It was so, I have a copy of it. It is insane how much, and she passed. I mean, this girl, but this, I feel bad about her. So she worked at JP Morgan in the analyst class, right? So she got in, and the analyst class says you have to pass all the exams, the SIE, well, at the time, the 7 and the 63 within like 3 months. But she was in the social media department. They didn't actually need the licenses, but because of the contract, she had to pass. And they told her, once you pass, we're not holding it. So the second you pass, it's going to expire after 2 years. But if you fail 3 times, you're going to be fired. So literally, she had to take a test that had no bearing on what she does. They wouldn't hold it for her, but she had to pass it. So it was fun. That was a fun fall.
What is the point of that?
It's the program. You sign the contract. Same thing. I had a girl in the art program. Same thing. Like JP Morgan has a massive art collection, massive, and she was on the team that decide what art goes in each building, kind of thing.
I remember you telling me this.
Right. Great job.
That's a crazy job.
Yeah. And then when they put up the buildings, I don't know if the building's done yet. Did you drive by it at all?
No.
Yeah. They knocked it down right before COVID. And it was a great building. Now it's almost done now. It's been taking 5 years. I think that's why he's saying everyone has to. That's why Jamie Dimon is saying everyone has to return to office.
Oh, he paid a lot.
He said, "I just spent $30 billion on a building. You got to show up." Like if he kept the building, be like, stay at home, it's fine. But I just put this money in here. I can't have a building like this be empty. Okay. Anyway, So that's the dump sheet. Now, Camille, I hope you're answering here. If you're in the 60s, I would move it. If you did my brutal exam and you passed, you probably know enough to pass. If the ones you're getting wrong are stupid mistakes, maybe you take it. If your job's not on the line, like if your job is on the line, don't take it. Like I have a student I met the other day, first time, maybe second time, and he's borderline. Okay. So he goes, tell me if I'm ready. I said, well, maybe. I said, ask your firm. He's taking a Friday. I go, ask your firm if you're fired if you fail. If you are, then move it a week. If you're not, and they're not going to really give a shit, take it. Because he's that close. He was right there. So we're going to find out on Friday.
Just to put this, here, let me put this up because here's your response just to finish this up. Take a look. It's first time.
Yeah, the problem is when you take it again, it's not so. Yeah, the problem is you're taking it again, or you've seen some of the questions already. So I don't know if it's. I mean, look, you're right there. You're probably okay because you learned something from it, but it's tight. But the question is, you have to ask yourself: are you fired if you fail? If you are, or that 30 days would really put you back, push it back a week. You're so close. I mean, you're right there. You're not passing, but it's STC. I think you said it's STC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if it was Kaplan, I'd be like, okay, maybe it's worth a shot. But I think it's close. I think it's a little too close for comfort. Yes, the 80s are great. Maybe if you don't take it tomorrow. I mean, if you go for it, right? Read customer accounts, watch my crash course. You may get some points. If you don't go for it, maybe go buy the supplemental exams from STC and see if you pass those in the first shot, you're ready. Again, if you're getting 60s first and 80s a second time, I think you're not ready. I think you're close, but okay. What a great question by Sarah. Garrett, I'll get to you in a second. So here's the thing. ChatGPT is not great. Okay. It's good. Here's the thing. If it's rules, great. Don't use it because they're fucking horrible. They still think everything's T+2. Okay. They use NASD rules. Don't use them. But here's my thing on this. If you're using them to explain a concept like what's preferred stock or what's common stock or what's a bond or what's a mutual fund, fine. Use it because you can ask it a million questions. You can even say, oh, give me some questions on basic shit. Do not use it for rules or anything that actually matters. It's more about explaining concepts that you don't get. They're definitely wrong a lot. They're wrong a lot. Like if I ever put something in GPT, I have 3 other things. I pay way too much for this shit. I have 3 other things that I run it by. Like if I ask it in GPT, I ask it in Grok, I ask it in Perplex. Like if I go, oh, what's a SPAC? Whatever. I don't do that. But if I did, if I said what's a SPAC, I know it so I can compare it, right? But if I go, okay, what's the rule on what's the timing on a 13D? Okay. What's 5 days? Okay. But it used to be 10 days. If you go on ChatGPT, it says 10 days. If you go on Gemini, it's 10 days. Perplexity has 5 days. Grok has 5 days. So anything to do with days or rule numbers or actual rules, nah, don't use it. If you want to use it to test your knowledge on like a topic, like a concept, sure, use it. But it's not good. Now, to be fair, a lot of the vendors are doing this. I think Achievable does it. And guys, check out Achievable. They're fucking outstanding, especially for the SIE. They put AI into it, but the AI only uses their material, which is great. Okay. So they only use their material, not anyone else's. So you're not getting the fucking crazy shit. So go from there. Okay. Hope that helps a little bit. Garrett. Okay. Discretion versus custody. Okay. Now, most of my lives are I'm taking the test tomorrow. I should change a live to taking the test tomorrow. Join. Okay. Now,
I'm noticing that too. If you got less than 48 hours, come on.
Yeah. Here, that's what I say. If you're, I'll help you. You got a legit question. But if you're taking the test tomorrow, what the fuck are you doing on my live? You should be asleep. Go getting laid. I don't do something other than this. Okay. I want the views. I love it when I get to 50, 60 people. I love that. But I don't care. I'd much rather you pass the damn exam. Get some sleep. Okay. Anyway, if you don't want to get laid, go get Sven to give you a fucking muscle massage. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Now, back to this. Okay. Discretion. So first of all, custody, again, this is not tonight, but you're taking it tomorrow, so I'm willing to do it. Discretion is having the ability to do trades. So if you have limited discretion, you can do any suitable trade, but you can't touch the money. If you have full discretion, that meets a level of custody because not only can you do trades, you can move the money around. So again, discretion is any suitable trade. It's not custody. Full discretion meets a level of custody, which means you can do trades and move the money around. But not all. So custody isn't always discretion, but just full discretion is always custody. Other things that would be custody, if you're named as a trustee on the account, which is kind of like discretion. If you accept money and don't forward or return it within 3 days, if you accept prepaid fees 6 months in advance of at least $500 state or $1,200 federal, those are all considered custody. If you, there's another one. No, that works for now. Okay, those are the main ones. Oh, if you send statements to your clients versus the broker-dealer, that's custody. That's not always discretion. So limited discretion isn't custody. Full is. They're two different things. Now, on the NASA world, if you have discretion or custody, you have to put up a surety bond, which is like a protect me from doing evil shit. Bond, like put up money. If it's discretion, it's 10 grand. If it's custody, it's 35 grand. Unless your net cap is more than that, and then you don't have to do it. Okay. Okay. So wait, Enrique, which part? Okay. Okay. So Sophie. Okay. So here we go. So if you have an OID, always remember OID, you must accrete. OID, you must accrete. OID, you must accrete, which means If you have an original issue discount, which is a zero coupon, you have to accrete every year, and that increases the cost basis every year. So then now, and we'll get to that. If it's a premium bond, only if it's a muni do you have to amortize. So remember, only two things: OID you must accrete, and premium munis you have to amortize. Works. Okay. Now, if I had, now remember something. So if I buy a discount bond because rates went up, that's called the secondary market discount. I don't have to accrete. I mean, maybe eventually I do, but right now I don't. But if I do, that's going to be taxable because that's not interest. That's just profit. Okay. Now, if it's an OID, that accreted amount is considered interest. This will help you if you can wrap your head around it. That interest, that accretion amount on an OID is considered interest. Then just go back to what you know. If it's a muni, that's hold on while I die. If that's a muni, that's not taxable because muni interest is not taxable. If it's a corporate or treasury, it is because interest on both of them is taxable on the federal level. So again, if it's an OID muni, the accreted amount is not okay. Accreted amount is not taxable because it's interest. On a corporate or treasury, it is. Hope that helps. Okay. And on the amortization thing, I don't fucking know what they do. They just lower the cost basis and you may get a credit at the end, but you don't really get it now. It's more about what's the new price? What's the new cost basis? And if I sell it for more than that cost basis, it's a profit. If I sell for less, it's a gain. It's a loss. Okay. What did I say about Enrique? What was my answer to his question? I don't fucking know anymore. Oh, that the 7 is harder? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Or that the crash course has less. The crash course is like last minute shit. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Average price versus average cost. Okay. So this is where people get screwed up, and I'm not going to do the math for you, but if you do dollar cost averaging, you're going to put the same, remember, dollar cost averaging is like 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 every month or every week. You do the same amount. So when the stock's cheaper, you buy more shares. When it's more expensive, you buy less, but you're doing the same amount every time. So your average cost is going to be lower because you're buying more when it's lower and less when it's higher. Over time, you'll have a lower average cost than the average price. What they mean by the average price, average cost is about your average cost, what you did in your portfolio. Average price is of the stock on its own. Okay. So average cost is your price of you buying 1,000 a month. Wish we could all do that, right? But average price is the average stock of the price of the stock. Now, remember, that stock trades every day. You're buying it once a month. So the other 29 days, it's creating prices and it's creating an average. So that average price will be higher than your average cost when you do dollar cost average. So just keep in mind, average cost is your cost. Average price is the stock's price. And remember, it's trading 30 days, 20 days a month, whatever it is. You're buying it one day at a month. So it does trade on the other days. So it creates an average on that. That's why it's better. And remember, on the 65 and 66, doing dollar cost averaging takes away timing risk. So if they ever say, what question would give you an any test? What type of strategy would give you good timing? It's always dollar cost averaging. It's not sector rotation. It's not anything else. It's dollar cost averaging. Okay. Okay, I think I saw this one already. Okay. Boom, baby. You're on the membership. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, I don't mean the membership shit. I'm just not going to keep selling it. It's fucking growing on its own, baby. If you guys want to miss out on the membership, that's on you. I think the membership's outstanding. I'm not selling it to you guys. I got enough shit on my plate. I don't need you. No, I'm kidding. Join. It's fucking fun. Okay. Okay. Lurker, good job. So Eastern and Western. Eastern is like the Knicks, the Nets, the Bulls, the Pacers. Oh, no. Okay. Now, so when we do a underwriting, okay, when we do an underwriting, the underwriters are either, I always want to say underwear, but it's whatever. So underwriters are either Eastern or Western. Okay. Eastern underwriting is where we all get together. We all have a percentage. And and it's called undivided, as Lurker said. If say Jeff and I do a 50% each, say me, Jeff, and Javier are all doing 30% of the offering each. And we do Eastern. And Javier shits the bed and doesn't sell. He leaves like 1 million shares unsold. The three of us will split that million, 33, 33, 33, and keep selling it. And whatever's left unsold, we'll keep doing that until they're all gone. So Eastern, we're all together helping each other out. That's Eastern. Western, if me, Jeff, and Javier are doing 30% each, 33% each, and Javier shits the bed, he's on his own. He has to come up with the money. So Western is like the Wild West, you're on your own. Eastern is we're all together. So Western is divided. If I shit the bed, I'm on my own. So whatever I don't sell, I'm liable for. If it's a Eastern, whatever I don't sell, we all split. So we always think of it as like east of the east of the Hudson and west of the Hudson. So east of the Hudson is all New York shit. We do Eastern, and everything west are on their own because they're smaller firms. Okay. Okay, Sophie. Okay, here we go. Okay. Dividends don't affect cost basis, nor do stock splits. Now, I'm going to explain that, okay? So 3 things don't affect cost basis, okay? Dividends, accrued interest, and covered calls. Now, stock dividends don't either, but this is where it's confusing. Your per share cost basis, it does split, it does change, but your total cost basis, it doesn't. So if you buy $8,000 worth of stock and they do a 3-for-1 split, you still bought $8,000 worth of stock. Now, per share, it's going to be a third less or around a third less or whatever. But but the total cost basis doesn't change. That's where people get screwed up. So a stock split, a stock dividend, accrued interest, and covered calls do not affect cost basis. But stock dividends and stock splits will affect your cost basis per share, but not your total cost basis.
Ken, what I think is important to point out here is I'm sure people are understanding the concept.
Come on, you get
but
it.
It's the way that it's being asked.
Right.
You have to read the question on what they're really looking for.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect the cost basis, but it depends how the question is phrased.
What they're actually asking, right? Yeah. Good. I love it. Okay. Good stuff. Okay. Now 10Q and 10K and 10Q. Whenever I see 10K, I think you're welcome. Now, okay. So 10K is annual. There really isn't a lot. 10K is annual. It is audited by an outside auditor, and it includes the fourth quarter 10Q. Remember that. So it includes the fourth quarter 10Q. Okay. The 10Q. So now there are 4 quarters. There's a first, second, third 10Q that's on its own, unaudited. Now, to be fair, what you should know is that the outside auditor does review it. They don't audit it. They just review it. They don't audit it. It's not an official audit. Okay. 10K is annual and it is audited, so it's more expensive. The 10K includes the fourth quarter 10Q. It's not much more than that. I haven't seen anyone say, I mean, it's very basic, but remember, the 10Q is reviewed by the outside auditor, not audited. Okay. Sophie, great question. Okay. So Lucy Herrera, I see your question and I will not answer it, but I will throw the link in here. Let me get to this one. Give me a second while I do multitask. Okay. Let me see what she has got. You think Kaplan's are short and straightforward? I think the actual exam is straightforward. So if you want to see what the exam looks like, pretty much, go to my video, find my brutal exam video. I have a video that's called the brutal exam. Go find that. I promise you it'll help. Okay, here we go. I'm going to find my channel. Hold on, I got to make sure. What am I getting you? Oh, slobs over bliss. Because I'm an idiot. I can't remember anything. I'm telling you right now, I think the actual exam is more straightforward than Kaplan or STC. Here we go. Here, Lucy, this is slobs over bliss. I can't do it verbally, so there you go. Okay. And I think they're more find my brutal exam, do that tomorrow or tonight, and let me know how it is. Make a comment on the video, and I'll remember you. It's not. I don't think it's more. I think it's hard. This is the thing. I can't explain this well enough. I just can't. The exam is more straightforward, but it's fucking hard. It is absolutely hard. It's not easier, but it's hard because you need to know your shit. Kaplan and STC and Achievable and Notman and Past Perfect make the questions hard to make them hard. The test makes them hard because the topics are hard, but they absolutely make sure you understand your stuff. Okay. Now, no fun fact that, since you use that word, you can annuitize at any age. There's no penalty because you're not withdrawing the money. If you withdraw the money, they tax you. They charge you a penalty. If you annuitize, you can annuitize at any age, no penalty, but it is taxable. Here's the other downside. Remember, they annuitize until you're dead. So if you start at 60, it's probably over a 25-year period. If you start at 22, it's over a 60-year period. So your payment's going to be a lot less. Lurker, I think Past Perfect's hard. Okay. I think Past Perfect goes a little too deep. Their regular questions are fine, but I do think that their math questions are a little nuts. Okay. Brian, don't thank me yet. You got to pass the damn exam, baby. Okay. Let's go, baby. Just get some sleep. Make sure you do. We're going to get you. Don't call me sure. That's my dad, and he's dead. Okay. So now, you've been watching this stuff. I love it. Keep reading. Go over customer counts the morning of or the morning over the night before. Tomorrow night, no tests. Make sure you stop around dinner time. Go out to dinner and enjoy this and beat this thing. Be confident. Be a badass. Everyone on here, tell me you're going to pass. Okay. I'm trying to let the person I know that I'm teaching after this that she'll watch the live, so then she knows when it's over. Oh my God. Okay. Feeling confident passing the quiz is pretty. Have you start taking finals? Take one a day, maybe two a day. Actually, I do this. Let's do this. You're solid since you're taking it in 2 weeks and you're good. If you're taking finals and passing, take 3 days off and reread the book. I know you don't want to do that, but reread the book or watch videos. I promise you it'll make a difference. It'll help you a lot. Okay. So take a couple of days off. If you're passing finals, take a break so you can forget. Spend 2-3 days just reading the tough topics, maybe reading the back end of the book, the SRO stuff, the risks, the associated persons, just to get it in your head again and go back to taking tests. It's going to be a big deal. It'll help you, I promise, a lot. Okay. I don't know what that is. No idea. Okay. So if you join my membership, it's not so hard. Okay. I don't like using the acronyms. I'm a big fan of learning it. Not. So here's my thing on this. The Cal push is if it's a call spread, you add to the lower. If it's a PSH, if it's a put spread, just subtract from the higher. That's fine. But if you can't remember it, we got a problem. Here's the thing. What's the break even on a call? Add strike plus. So you're going to add to one of them. And it has to add to the lower because that's the dominant. If it's a put, this is more for 7 people. You take the SIE, you may not know. You may not know what I'm talking about. So, if it's a call spread, since it's a call, you add the net premium to the lower because call up, put down. If it's a put spread, you subtract from the higher. Remember this, lurker, and everyone doing spread questions. If your break even ends up being outside the spread, you're fucking wrong. So if you have a 40-50 call spread, the break even has to be in between 40 and 50. Doesn't have to be midpoint, has to be in between it. So just remember, if you're adding, it has to add to the lower. The only way you can add and it's in the middle is add to the lower. If it's down, put strike, you're going to subtract from the higher. But you can Cal push is fine, call, add to the lower, put subtract from the higher. It works. But I'm just saying, sometimes you can't remember this shit, and if you know why, that calls you up. So add to the lower, put down, subtract from the higher. Okay. How do I remember Reg T requirements? Okay. Lucy, did you ask before? Somebody asked in the comments if the SIE and the 65 have all the same stuff. I don't know if that was you. And I think I said no, but let's talk about it. Okay. How do I remember Reg T requirements? Well, there's really only one, 50%. Practice. That's what it is. Again, So Reg T is 50%. All the other stuff is FINRA. I know that's what you're probably asking about. So remember, Reg T is 50%. So the minimum, so not the minimum, the equity they would like you to have always is 50%. If you put on a position, whether you're buying or selling, shorting, you have to deposit 50%. That's Reg T. And if you have more, remember, if your equity goes over 50%, you can borrow that. So that's why equity minus Reg T is your SMA. Okay. So any equity you have over SMA, over the Reg T 50% is your SMA. Okay. It's like a home equity loan. If you have, they want 20% in your equity. If you have more than 20%, they let you borrow that. Okay. Now, the other part is a minimum maintenance. This is not super hard, but it's a lot. On the long, it's 25%. That means your equity cannot fall below 25% or $2,000, whichever is higher. On the short side, your equity can't fall below 30% or $2,000, whichever is higher. That's it. Just got to do the math now. Now, one quick thing. If you guys are struggling and you need help, check out Jeff. He can help you get a custom study plan. Also, if you want to do the memberships, I joke about them. We meet on Sundays at 6 p.m. and it's a group lesson. It's $19 to watch my fucking amazing options. They're awesome. If you want to bump it up to 25, do it on your laptop, not a phone, because Apple takes their 30% on top of it. Not from me. It doesn't affect me. It comes out of your end. So buy it on a laptop. 6 o'clock is a 7. That's $25 a month. If you want to do the options too, that's $50 a month. You get the options class at 7 p.m., the FINRA class at 6, and then the options videos and all the recordings. If you're a baller, which I know you guys are, we have the premier one, which is $99 a month. Fucking $99. Who's going to pay that? But think about it. It's $99 a month. It still works out to be $8 a class. If you do the $99, you get all the Sunday shit and the videos, plus you meet on Wednesdays. And literally there's like 9 people in there. Okay. Time weighted, dollar weighted, that's a 65 thing. I'll do that on, I know Stephanie asked that, but if that's for the 65, I would rather do that on Thursday, not tonight. Okay. Because that's going to fuck people up for tonight. But again, if you're enjoying the membership, it's either 19 for the videos, 25 while I'm looking for this, 19 for the option videos, which will change your life, 25 for the classes and the videos, and then 50 for options and videos. If you want to do the big baller one, do the 99 one. Okay.
Every time you talk about this stuff, it just reminds me of the old infomercial days.
The what?
The old infomercial days.
Oh yeah. The Roncos. Yeah, exactly.
Roncobile.
Yeah.
Set it and forget it. Buy one now, get the second one off.
Or Crazy Eddie. Nobody has lower prices than Crazy Eddie. Now, I joke, nobody outside of the East Coast or under 50 knows who that is. Okay.
It's the infomercials.
And the best part is he went to jail for he ran to Israel because he was accused of insider trading. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So Lucy, no. You need, because the problem is, yes, for the products it works. I think I answered this for somebody else. For the products it works, but there's FINRA rules. So if you study for the 65 and pass that, you could probably study for the 65 for like a week and pass the SIE. But you got to do the SIE stuff because there's FINRA rules. They're not the same. Like, think about this. An agent under FINRA, and this is a testable thing, can actually lend to their clients if they're family, business associate, or, lending institution. Under NASA, they can't, unless you're a lending institution, no family. Even the SEC says it is, it isn't. Can you have a joint account with the client? Yes. As an agent, you can have a joint account with a client. Under FINRA, it has to be proportional. If it's your earnings have to be proportional. Under NASA, they don't. So there's a lot of rules that flip. So you don't want to do that. Bryce, no, I don't. But if you want to get some good ones, STC has good supplementals. Achievable, you can do. They don't look like the exam, but they're good. Kaplan QBank you can buy. It's like $50, $60. I do a 65 exam on my channel from STC, but other than that, I don't sell them. I'm not into the materials shit. Okay. Whoa, there's no more weekly. It's only monthly. Yes. Oh yeah. So, okay. Samantha, yes. I just talked about it. If I should have waited for this, it would have sounded more natural. Now I feel like a schmuck. If you buy the options videos, right? If you buy the options, we meet
That you get everything below it. You get the 7 options class, you get the options class, you get the options videos. And if you bump it up, you get the Wednesday night class too, which would cover anything. So yeah, I should have waited. Okay. I never liked selling shit. Okay, good. Even though it's not selling, it's a fucking investment in your fucking career. Okay.
It's making
Yeah. So if you're
aware.
going to you're meeting my brother. That's the thing. My brother's good. It's not me, but he's great. I mean, nobody's fucking me. When I die, the mold is gonna be broken. Okay. Anyway, now, I think you have a choice. Maybe what you do is take screenshots of stuff you're struggling with, set that up, do that first. If it's an hour, do that first, and then spend the rest of the time doing questions. If you have longer than an hour, then again, same thing. Go over the weak points, screenshot stuff you're struggling with, and then the best thing is going over your weak stuff. Doing questions with somebody is great, but finding your weakness is the best. Going over the shit you suck at. Okay. Okay. Chris, I'll work on that. Okay. Now, yeah, let me see if I can do a question. Let me see if I can share a screen and do a question here. And guys, while I'm doing this, don't forget I put out an option suitability video. It's really good. It's no math. It's all suitability shit. Yes, and I think it's good because I'm biased, or I say I'm based. Okay. Where are we? What's my thing? Here we go. I'm going to find this. You guys talk among yourselves while I do this. Hold on. Here we go. See if I can make this work. This will be the way one of the questions looks like on the exam. It might be hard to read. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to have to change some shit up to make it readable. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's too small, right?
Yeah, I keep blowing it up.
I don't know if I can. Hold on.
That's
better, but you won't be able to see the whole thing. Oh, they have it that. Okay. Okay. Let me see something. Let me see. Oh, I always say if I turn myself off. Nope. Okay. If I try to get myself out of it, it doesn't work. Okay. So I'm going to read this to you. You can read it better, I think. If you're on your phone, Mipper, if you're on your phone, you're fucked, but zoom it in. Okay. Turn it sideways. A company offers $10 million worth of 8.5%, 8% 20-year debentures. Each debenture is convertible to common stock at 50. A bondholder needs to liquidate 10 convertible debentures. The market price of the bond is 102, and the market value of the common stock is 53. So that's all you need to know. I don't care about if I see the convertible shit. I don't care about the coupon. I don't care about the maturity. I don't care about how many 10 million bonds. I don't care what they're doing. All I want to know is it worth doing. So, first step, and this is how it's going to look on the exam. This straightforward. Also, and remember, after this, go find my Mathapalooza. I literally do like 30 of them in a fucking row. Okay. So first thing is par divided by the convertible price, which gives you the ratio. Now be careful. Sometimes they give you the ratio. If they say, oh, it turns into 2 shares or 20 shares, they did the work for you. Now, so here we go. I'm going to do 1,000 divided by 50. That gives me 20. That means I get 20 shares for every bond I convert. Now, if I multiply that to me, I'm going to get 20 shares of a $53 stock. So I'm going to do 20 times 53. That's going to give me 1,060. So if I were to convert the bond, I would get 1,060 in stock. Now, if I convert, I get that's parity. It's easy. Ratio times the market price. And then I compare it to the bond price. The bond is trading at 102. So if I were to convert, I get 1,060. If I sell the bond, I get 102. I would much rather get 1,060, so I'm going to convert the bond and sell it. Meeper, that's how they're going to do it. It's not much harder than that. Just remember, par divided by the convertible price. First thing is par divided by the convertible price. Then you multiply times the common, and then you get done. The vendors love to fuck with you and go, what's the parity? If the stock was the ratio, and then there was a stock dividend, and then the stock is trading 20 points above par. Fuck that shit. It's going to do like that. They want to know if you know how to do that. It's okay. Okay, Chris. Reg T is always about 50% is Reg T. That's the initial deposit. And anything over that is your SMA. If they say minimum maintenance, then it's 25 or 30. You can never, your equity can go below 50. It cannot go below 25 and 30. Okay. Remember that. If they say minimum maintenance or how low can it actually go, but it's 25 for the long, 30 for the short. It is not the initial. The initial is 50%. I have videos on that. It should help. Okay. Okay. Yeah, go into, I don't have time to answer this because it'd be long, but go see if I have it. I'll try to put it in the link. Okay. I have a great video where I compare them all. While I'm doing that, remember open end. Remember, open end is a mutual fund. They're always issuing shares. Closed end is closed because it only issues shares one time. It has a closed offering. Here we go. I love this one. This is one of my favorite videos. That's good. Open versus closed, Malik. Okay. Okay. Oh God, if it was a day question, okay. If it's a day question, I like if it was all day tests, I would not be doing this because I suck at days. I have a good memory for shit, but not for fucking days. I don't. I just go, if I'm not sure, I pick 30 days. But don't, there's some, like you have to know the record retention for the records, like, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years lifetime. But days, I wouldn't worry about. You're going to have some, but it's not going to be the thing that puts you under. Okay, good. I'm just telling this person that it should end around 9. You guys all got to deal with me ignoring you for a second. Okay. Da, da, da. I don't love training consultants. I think their questions, I do think their questions are difficult enough to challenge you because I think they go out of the way to trick you. But I don't know where you stand with 70s. But if you're taking it in 13 days, you're scared. I would spend 2-3 days just reading to build up your knowledge and then go back. Okay, I think that's your best bet. But I think if you want to go get the cap and Q grant, get it to now. Go find my brutal exam. If you pass that, that's the way the wording looks. It's not the test, obviously, but it looks like it. It's very much the style of the actual exam. Go take that one tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon and come back and maybe come on Thursday. Tell me what you think. That's going to give you a better idea of where you stand. Okay. Yes, Sophie, the brutal exam is hard. And the thing is, I'm not going to say you're going to see questions from the exam, but you might. It's close. The good thing is I took the options off. I don't have a lot of options in there. And remember, I made 3 mistakes. Your job is to find them. If you didn't, go back and look. It's in the comments. I did less options to make it harder because options usually make the test easier. That's what people forget. The options are hard, but if you use my method or you just have options in general, it's much more straightforward on the real exam. Okay. No questions. I mean, you're taking it tomorrow? No questions in the morning. I mean, if you want to do a couple little like option quizzes, that's fine. Like if you want to grab some option quizzes to shake up the dust, totally cool. But like not a lot, not like 30 to like 15. Also, you could go check out my options playlist and watch the suitability one. Have some fun with me. There's no pressure. You can't score wrong because you just listen to me be nuts. Okay. Well, look, it's like I got confused with the 2 Ks on the YouTube. The Kylie and Carlo. Okay. Kylie and Carlo. It sounds like a band. Okay. Oh, Carlo, you're going to be fine. Just make sure. So you're taking the 60 tomorrow. You're low 80s on Kaplan. As long as you're not memorizing, just go over ethics one last time and bang this shit out. Okay. Yeah. But I have a video. Russell, yeah, you do. I have a video for that. Okay. Remember all the security exempt transactions? I would know them. Saul, is that for the 65 or the 7? It's for the 65. Come back Thursday night and I'll go over it. If it's for the 7, don't worry about it. Just know that they're not securities. But I will go if it's for the 65, 66. I will absolutely do that for you on Thursday night. I won't do it tonight because it's not on the 7. Okay. If here's the thing. If you have the Kaplan Q Bank already, get Achievable. They teach it better than anyone else. I have a link. Guys, don't forget I have a link for Achievable. Go check it out. And to use it or not, I don't give a shit. But I think on the Facebook group there's a link for a discount. If you have the Kaplan Q Bank already, get Achievable because Achievable teaches it better than anyone else. And then you use the Kaplan Q Bank to really challenge yourself. That's the way to go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're studying for the 7 and then going to take the SIE later? Yeah. Take the 7. 99% of the stuff on the 7 is on the, 99% of stuff in the SIE is on the 7. So yeah, studying for the 7 is studying for the SIE. You just want to kind of make sure you go over like the regulations, like the FINRA rules and the SRO rules. I have videos on that in my SIE playlist. Just make sure you're solid on that. But yeah, if you're good, if you pass the 7, you should be able to take the SIE within a couple days. Okay. Let's go with Stephanie. Yeah, I think that's more of a 65 stuff. That's not going to be on this. That won't be on the 7. Okay. Boom. I love it. Okay. Sack. Okay. Sophie, I'm glad I'm making you laugh. Do I make you laugh? Okay. That's good. I had a clip of Pesci saying that. I don't know where it is. Okay. What do you mean funny? Zach, I fucking love it. That's outstanding. Yeah, I try to make it. It's funny. A lot of times I talk and they go, "Can you say that again?" I don't remember. I literally I word vomit. Some of it works. Some of it I try to stick to the point a little bit, but I do try to make people laugh a little bit. But when I try, I'm not funny. But when I just kind of riff, I'm much better. I think because when I try, it's fucking awkward and stupid, and I'm an idiot. Okay. Tiona, I'll get to you in 1 second. Lag killed the gamer. I can't sing. Boom, baby, lag. I love it. Okay. What are examples of corporate bonds? I have a whole video that I did, which I fucking love. Also, guys, don't forget, I'm on TikTok and Instagram under Series 7 Whisper. They're good. They're fun. I have some extra videos on there. I'm a little more risky on there. So a corporate bond is like if you buy, I don't know an example, but like say IBM issues a bond. You're lending them money. So you're going to lend. So basically you're going to lend, let's do it this way. Let's say I need money to hire more tutors, okay? Or build out a studio, which I don't give a shit about. Say I want to borrow $1 million to set up a studio and do all this shit and all that crap. I'm going to issue, I would probably do equity, but let's say I don't. I want to borrow the money. So I'm going to announce it. I'm going to sell 1,000 bonds. There's 100 bonds? Yeah, 1,000 bonds. I'm going to sell 1,000 bonds for 1,000 each. That's $1 million. So Tiana, you buy the bond for $1,000. You lend me $1,000. I will pay you back in 30 years. So you lend me money, you lend me 1,000, I give you $1,000 in 30 years. You're happy with that, right? Of course you're not happy with that. How do you get paid? So I'm going to pay you an interest. Say it's a 5% bond. I'm going to pay you $50 every year, which is really twice a year. So I'm going to pay you $25 every 6 months for the 30 years. And then at the end of 30 years, I give you $1,000 back. That's literally a bond. You lend me money. I will pay you back in 30 years and I'll pay you interest during the life of it. Maybe I do a 0 coupon bond where instead you lend me $400 and I pay you $1,000 in 30 years. That $600 is your interest. I have a video that I just put out like maybe a month ago where I'm driving and I explain bonds. People seem to think it's pretty good. I kind of go down to the nitty gritty of everything about it. And remember, what's your fear when you lend me money that I'm not going to pay you back? So they have credit ratings. We have credit ratings. AAA is good. AA is good, but not as good. And all the way down to like BBB and BB. To lower the credit rating, the more risk you have. So if you're riskier, I'll have to pay you more. So if I was AAA rated, maybe I pay you 5%. If I'm BBB rated, maybe I have to pay you 7% to offset the risk that you're taking. So the biggest risk you have when you buy a corporate bond is default or credit risk that I won't pay you back. So why I have a video about a month ago. Boom. MIPR. Okay, here we go. I'm starting to catch up because I do have to get off here soon. Thrash. Like you couldn't have laid it up any fucking better. I just put the video out about an hour and a half ago on option strategy. At the end, so watch the whole thing. Don't just skip to the end. At the end, I show you how to find out whether it's a debit or credit over and over. I like literally bored the shit out of me over and over and over again, Thrash, without premiums. Literally, the video I did has no math. It is literally suitability and spread. And watch it soon because at some point I'm throwing it behind a paywall. So fuck you guys. No, I'm kidding. Okay, the 7th thing is at 8 p.m. So I have, here we go. Here we go. If you're taking a principal, Billy, it's my Series 24 classes. It's from 7 to 8 on Tuesdays. Like I ended it right before here. On Wednesdays, I have SIE. I have a guest tutor doing the SIE on Wednesdays, which is great though. And literally, think about that. It's $4.99? That SIE class is $5 a month. Why are we doing that, Jeff?
Because we're good people.
Yeah, and we're offering it free to the colleges, so we'll let you in on.
Yeah,
it.
it's for people. It's for students who are like want to get involved. Great way to enter, and then we extend it out to everybody anyway. But it's a great way for college students to get started.
Right. And it's $5 a month, and you get all the membership videos, which is cool. It's a bargain. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, Billy, the 7 is at 8 p.m. The SIE is at 7, and I don't do the SIE one. I have one of my tutors do it, and then I have, well, he volunteers. He just helps out. He's just helping out because he wants to be a nice guy. And then I do the 8 to 9 p.m. on everything. And now that Wednesday thing is anything. It could be 7 or option stuff. Okay. I wouldn't worry about it. Bond resolution, the trust indenture. So the bond resolution is like the agreement is listing all the things we can and can't do. The trust indenture is agreement between the issuer and the trustee of the things they can and can't do. They're almost interchangeable. They're not going to ask you the difference. That is a Kaplan question or an STC or an achievable. That is not what they do on the test. That is not nearly what they do. So that's why I don't like certain things I don't worry about because I only have a certain amount of room in here. So I let certain things go so I can get the important shit in. Okay. Justin. To do it twice. I always hit that at the last second. Boom, Justin. Listen, this is what I tell everyone. I appreciate the words, but that's not true. You did all the work. You fucking earned it, not me. You earned this shit, okay? I promise you that, okay? Okay. Remember, some of my old, I thought I deleted it, but if I didn't, remember, this is the deal, okay? DERP is not, it's sort of a thing, but it's not really. So everything's T+1. Everyone say it with me, Jonathan, and everyone. Everything is T+1. Everything is T+1. Now, nothing is T+2. Everything is T+1. Can I say that again? Everything is T+1. Even index options that settle cash, it's T+1. You just get paid in cash on a T+1 basis. So now it's not DERP, it's DERP. So X date and record date are the same thing now. X and record date are the same day. Since if the record date's Thursday, if you buy it on Wednesday, you get the dividend because it settles on Thursday, T+1. If you buy it on Thursday, it settles on Friday and you don't get the dividend. So that's the X date. X date means without. X date and record date are the same thing. I have to delete some of those old videos and make new ones. But I'm so busy that it's just hard. It's hard for me to do that. And I keep going, I'll do it. And then I don't do it. Because I have a list. Like I have a list of ideas of shit I want to do. It's so fucking long and I just can't get to them. Every time I get 2 videos out of the way, I add 3 more. Okay. That's why I'm doing a lot of shorts. What's the best tips for the 66? Thursday night, baby. What's my favorite food? I'm a fat fuck. Don't you think it's probably pizza? Okay. Okay. Jonathan, I think I can see your comments. Okay. Yes, Saul. There you see, Billy got it. Do I amuse you? Okay. Okay, good. Yes, Saul, hit me up on Thursday. We'll go through it. Okay. Usually questions like these are people who got on without. Oh, you got it though. Okay. Yeah. So you know why it seems late? Because I'm running 30 minutes behind. That's why. Okay. Well, I was 30 minutes behind. I'm only 10 minutes behind now. Oh my God, Shawnee, my boy, you're in great shape. 76. You're passing the SEC and the Kaplan stuff. Go rock this. You can go get drunk. Go get drunk tonight. No, go take my brutal exam and tell me how it did. Okay. Since you're taking the test Tuesday, you can tell me you passed on Tuesday night. But Thursday night, even though it's NASA night, take the brutal exam tomorrow or before the Thursday. Come on and tell me how it did. That'll give you the brutal exam for the 7 is the best indicator of where you are for the test. Okay. So boom, I think I just did it, right? Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, Kyle, they would be like triple C. They might be like unrateable. Okay. So understand, this is super easy. Everything fucking settles T+1. So if you buy stock on Monday, it settles on Tuesday. That's it. Now, when you have to pay for it is 2 days later. So T+3 is when you have to pay for the shit. But settlement is when the broker-dealers. That's it. There's nothing else. T+1 is everything. That's what it used to be harder. Now it's easy. I just did the DERP, so I know that X day is the same day as record date. Everything's T+1. Bonds, equities, everything is T+1. It's gotten so much easier now. Okay. Almost done. There we go. Guys, I'm getting pressure. Okay. Now, best efforts versus firm commitment. How many more do I got? Oh my God, it just gets longer and longer. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Sean, good question. Hold on. Okay. Good. There's not a lot of questions because I'm going to have to cut it off at some point. Okay. Here we go. When we do an offering, best efforts means you're going to give me the bonds. I'm going to do the best shit I can to sell them. Okay. I'm going to do the best thing I can to sell them. And whatever I don't sell, I give you back. So if you give me 1 million shares or 1 million bonds and I sell 800 grand, I'm going to give you back the 200. I did the best I can. That's best efforts. That's an agency transaction. Okay. Firm commitment is you give me the 1 million. If I don't sell them, I'm buying them from you. I'm guaranteeing that I'm going to sell the 1 million. So that's a principal transaction because I'm going to use my own money. Okay. That's the way it is. Okay. So best efforts of do the best I can. Now there's mini max and all or none, which are contingent. And then there's firm commitment, which I promise to sell them. If I don't sell them, I'm going to buy them. A mini max is you're going to sell 1 million. I promise to try to sell for 600 grand. So if anything so here we go. There's an all or none thing. All or none means you give me the bonds to sell 1 million. If I don't sell all 1 million, you cancel the deal. Okay. I can do a mini max, which is a mini. You say, listen, I want to sell 1 million, but if you sell at least 600,000, we'll go for it. But if you don't sell at least 600, we cancel. Okay. So that's all or none and mini max. So both types of best efforts. Again, best efforts, I'm going to do the best I can. Whatever I don't sell, I give back to you. Okay. Zach, good question. If you have the 663 and 7. If you just took the 7, go for the 65. There's so much overlap. And if you missed that, you can take the 65 like 2 days later. Because the 65 has more stuff on it than the 66. Not a lot more, but more business stuff. So if you fail the 65, which has so much overlap with the 7, you'll be fine. Okay, this is a great question. Lurker. Go to my options math playlist, okay? Go to the Ken's Amazing Math Problem. So go to that one, okay? Here. Go to that one first. Start watching the videos right from number 1. It'll build up. Watch the first 5 ones. Those are the best ones to do. Where are you, you bastard? He keeps moving on me. My student's going to be so mad at me, but she'll be fine. If she's watching, she knows. Here we go. So this is the Amazing Math playlist. If you're a member, you get to see it. If you're not a member, you're SOL, baby. Okay, hold on. And if you want to join a member, I'll go. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. It won't disqualify you. No, you just have to disclose it. Or you can wait a fucking year and not have to disclose it at all. Your choice. Remember, once you disclose it, it's always on there. Okay? Check the date. If it was 9.5 years ago, think about being unemployed for 6 months. Just throwing it out there. Although I think if you do that and then you wait a year, you can have a lawyer probably get it off. So just keep that in mind. Okay. George, let's go, baby. So Sean, if you have to disclose it, it will not disqualify you at all. But if you can wait, if you're looking for a job and it's like and you're looking at the date and it was under 6 months, I don't know. I'm just telling you, maybe you want to wait. I'm not saying to wait, but I'm just smoking it out there. Okay. Okay. Tamara, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m., baby. Welcome to the membership. George, let's fucking go, baby. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. I love it, Kyle. Okay. TikTok saved. You knew it would be. He likes it too much. Thank God. By the way, I'm over 24,000 subscribers on TikTok now. I got a million share. I have 1 million. I have one video with over 1 million views. Okay. Failed first try. Sorry. Let's go. Get it done. Listen, baby. Noor, get that shit done. Don't be scared. Be a badass. You didn't miss it. You got a 64. You've been working your ass up. You're going to be fine. And you got 2 weeks. You got 10 days saved. That's a lot of time, baby. Okay. Yes, I literally have a video on straddles, and I just did a straddle only test. I think I posted it. I think I did. Yeah, it's posted in the membership where I just take straddles. I take like 30 minutes of straddle questions. Kyle, that'll help a lot. Okay. Yes, I think, well, the math video should go over it. I mean, what's the concept? The concept is you buy a call, you buy a put. My math one goes over the concept. You buy a call, you buy a put, you're looking for volatility. Because if you buy a call, you want it to go up. If you buy a put, you want it to go down. Hold on, let me tell her. I promise I'm almost done. Okay. You buy a call, you want it to go up. You buy a put, you want it to go down. So you're looking for volatility. If you're short straddle, you sell a call, you sell a put. You're hoping it stays in the middle and you just keep the premium. My video goes over that. It does the math, but it does build it up. Okay. And then I have one where I just take 1 million of them over again, which will help explain it. Okay. Okay. Let's go, baby. Nelson, make sure you read, just go over the customer counts real quick and go bang this thing out and come on Thursday. Tell me it passed. Okay. This is someone you met with? Okay. Boom. JJ, you met JJ earlier, right?
Yep.
Awesome. We're ready to do this, baby.
Yep.
Okay.
All set.
Okay. Aditya, not that important. Maybe 4 or 5 questions. If you know the basics and you know the options matrix, you're fine. You're good to go. Okay. Good. Boom, Kyle. We're going to nail this thing. Tell me, come back on Thursday night and tell me, baby, we're going to be celebrating your ass. Okay. Everyone, not bad. We did some damage today, right? Don't forget to watch my options video that I just came out. It's going to help you a lot. It's just doing suitability over and over and over again. No math. Okay. No mas. No mas. Okay. Only old people know who that is. Billy might know who no mas is. Do you know who that is, Jeff?
No mas?
No mas. No mas.
I mean, no more.
No. It's a guy who said it.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, for the CFP, I don't know. See if Billy gets who the no mas is. It was big in the late. I think it was late 80s, early 90s. It happened. Okay. I don't know, but if you Google it, you can probably find it. I should look it up. Oh, there's a guy, Joe Neeson, who I think he has a podcast. He's pretty good with the CFP and CIA. Okay. Jorge, we're pretty much done. I'm going to end it. I have a student now. If I don't have a student after, I go to whenever, but it's usually about an hour. Okay, so anyway, it was Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard. He were fighting, and in the middle of the fight, Sugar Ray nailed him in the stomach. He goes, no more, and that was the end. It's famous. You're sure not old enough, Jeff. Okay. I'm not a big fight fan, but I was in the 80s because you could bet on it. So anyway, okay. Everyone, thank you very much for coming on here. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Please watch that video. Yeah, well, RV, you're killing me. I'm fucking trying to get out of here, right? Okay. Yes, they register in states where they have an office or when we tell 100%. If see, Kyle had it. Okay, so now, no, they usually have to register where they originate and direct, but sometimes it can be accepted because you can actually direct it to someone where they're not living, and you may not have to there you go. So you may not have to register. So there are situations where you don't have to register, even if it's directed or accepted, because they may be on vacation. Okay. See, Billy was getting it, but he couldn't remember then. Roberta, I love it. Sugar Ray Leonard, who was one of my favorite, versus Roberta Durant. Okay, let me jump off. I do got to teach, so I have to get to bed at a normal time because I'm driving down to Pennsylvania at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I have a class for Wednesday and Thursday. Okay. I will see you all next week. And hopefully anyone passes the next 2 days, I'll see you in 48 hours. Auf Wiedersehen. Say it.